This article will talk about celebrities who have done hair transplants. Hair transplant is a surgical procedure that replaces hair follicles and/or the fullness of the scalp with new ones to create a denser appearance. The procedure can be performed on areas that have lost hair, such as the crown or front of the head, or where individual hairs are too thin and sparse, like certain parts of the back and sides. Hair transplantation has been used for many years as an effective treatment option for people with alopecia, hair loss, those who suffer from hair thinning due to premature graying, or those who simply want fuller locks. Here are few celebrities who have done hair transplant surgery. Donald Trump hair transplant at age 64. Trump's once dark brown hair had become gray and began thinning noticeably around his temples. He has said that he wears a toupee in response to this problem. He then started balding. In 2013, Walter Hickey of Business Insider reported that Trump continued his use of hairspray, even after other news outlets pointed out how it might be exacerbating his hair loss, and admitted, "Actually, I don't have hair. It's just my hair is good." According to a report by The Independent, Trump began publicly claiming that he had created such a sensation with his new hairdo that New Yorkers were touching it in the 1980s. Justin Bieber hair transplant. Justin Bieber has been spotted numerous times with a hair transplant. A photograph revealed the star's new locks and was published on TMZ. This is not the first time, though, that rumors of Justin's hair transplant have been brought to the spotlight. Amitabh Bachchan hair transplant. The Bollywood legend has had his fair share of ups and downs when it comes to his hairline. The 86-year-old still has the iconic quiff, but it wasn't always that way. So in 2010, well before his big screen return to the franchise that made him a star, Bachchan underwent a hair transplant at Mumbai's Hair Transplant Center. The result? The actor showed off the results of his procedure in a series of photos with Indian media. Bachchan has a much fuller head of hair, to say the least, and while he was always known for being a pro at styling his hair, there's no denying these days and he's looking younger than ever. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan hair transplant. The world may not be overpopulated with Bollywood actors, but the industry is certainly overflowing with beauties who seemingly can't get enough of their mains. That being said, the 43-year-old beauty has undergone a few hair transplants and beauty treatments over the years. From her early days as an actress, clearly, there's no need for any trimming on Rai's part either. This certainly isn't the first time one of Bollywood's leading ladies has undergone a procedure that's made them look younger. But not everyone is so lucky. Elon Musk hair transplant. In 2012, Musk tweeted a picture of himself with the caption, "Just took out the stitches. The hair looks okay. Doc said it's fine to use, but no touching for 6 months." Rudy Gay hair transplant. The NBA player Rudy Gay has had a hair transplant. He was spotted in the stands of an NBA game sporting his new locks. His hairstyle seems unnatural for his age, but it could be because he has had a hair transplant. He is also known to wear wigs and use hidden hairpieces, so this move is not that surprising for the public. Alessandro Del Piero hair transplant. Alessandro Del Piero was spotted with new locks at Milan Fashion Week, and it looks like this one was recently transplanted because the roots are still visibly red. He was also seen getting a Brazilian hair transplant after the last one ended up falling out. Dr. Dre hair transplant. Dr. Dre has always been quite open about his battle with hair loss, and he has revealed details about his hair transplant in multiple interviews. In 2011, he told MTV News that he was going to get a transplant. He said, "My hairline is disappearing, and I've got a larger scale. I'm going to get a transplant." In 2014, The Washington Post reported that Dr. Dre had gotten an experimental treatment that didn't require anesthesia from Dr. Jeffrey Kim at the University of Texas Plastic Surgery Center in Austin, as well as from Dr. Feller from Beverly Hills. In 2015, Dr. Feller confirmed that the rapper had a hair transplant. Kobe Bryant hair transplant. In 2007, Kobe Bryant was spotted with a new hairstyle and a hairline that seemed to have been transplanted a few inches higher up his forehead. His hairline hadn't been this strong and thick since he was in his 20s, and it made people wonder whether he had undergone any type of transplant procedure to make it possible. George Clooney hair transplant. In 2013, at age 54, George Clooney was seen sporting a hair transplant, and we were able to get a glimpse of his new hair. It is very unlikely he would be getting a transplant at such an advanced point in his life, and if he did, it would most likely be done by the scalpel method. He has also been seen wearing wigs and other styling tools to hide his receding hairline. Al Pacino hair transplant. Transplant. The Godfather star underwent a hair transplant in 2010, just months after filming the critically acclaimed Dog Day Afternoon. Though he's come to work sporting what he's pretty much always worn, a tidy fade, Pacino's sartorial choices are perhaps where his style has evolved the most. Amy Adams hair transplant. Amy Adams reportedly underwent a hair transplant in 2014, which left her looking more youthful than ever. The 42-year-old appears to have gained a fuller head of hair. Not only that, it looks like her new do is richer than ever. It's not exactly tough to see how this one could have happened either. Anyone who's gone through this procedure will tell you it's more than just vanity. It can change your life for the better too. Samuel L. Jackson hair transplant. Samuel L. Jackson seems to have been a fan of the balding look for some time now, in fact dating back to his days in Pulp Fiction. But while it's been part of his look for a while now, Jackson took a more drastic step back in 2012 and underwent a hair transplant that saw him looking younger than ever. It seems that the only people who do not worry about their hair loss because of age are actors and musicians. Many actors and musicians out there have been spotted with hair transplants. Be it because they want to look younger or because they get self-conscious about their hairline. Many of them get these procedures done at such an early age. Whether you get a hair transplant yourself or get it done for your loved one, we hope that you can always feel comfortable taking care of your hair and that you will always be able to enjoy it.